Yeah, what was interesting about the guy buying from Gumtree, he had a really good reputation. I don't know how he got that because I don't see how that's generated, but anyway, that's by the by. I said $50 or nearest offer. I was going to actually put it up for 20 bucks, but I thought, oh, what the hell? I paid about double that for it originally, and it's only been used once, so what the hell? So the guy said, I thought he said 40 when he sent the message through, because I did say negotiable, and he gave me a $50 bill and didn't expect any change, so fine, okay. So I was happy to take the full 50, so that was good. Had no problems there. Just been doing a lot of tidying up with the house. There's a lot of work to be done. Ooh, a lot of traffic at the moment, so we're just after 4 o'clock. I got myself some cheap Wolf Glass port, $7 a bottle. But you get yourself some cheap coffee too. I'll wait till that's on special, because the beans that I bought, that I'm actually crunching up myself with the blender, whatever you call it. Anyway, that seems to work fine, but I don't see as much difference. It's supposedly fresher and supposed to be better, but I can't tell the difference, I'll be quite frank with you. So I'm happy to buy it pre-pulverized, so I can put it straight into the pot, as it were, into the glass container with the filtered coffee container, and let it brew. It seems to work just as well each way, maybe because I'm fairly conscientious on closing the tabs so we don't get any light or air coming in, and I put a rubber band around to secure it, so it seems to work fairly well. And that's a big pack. It's about, I think they're 500ml or 250. It might be 500, because usually about 20 bucks for the coffee, but on special it's down to about 15, but not at the moment, unfortunately, the Harris coffee. So just wait for that. The share market bounced a little bit today, but lost a lot of momentum, and Coles shares are sort of starting their recovery after going ex-dividend, so that's good. My A2M shares are the highest I think they were today was 500 profit. I won't accept that. I'll wait till I get into the thousands before I cash them in, because I think they've got a lot more potential. You've got to have patience when you're dealing in the market, unfortunately. If you've got patience, you can reap the rewards. Stuffed up, I sold those ANZ shares. As soon as I sold them, they went way over $28. Now they're up to $29. I don't know why they're doing so well, but that's the best they've been for a long time. But I didn't take the full profit. Very annoying, but that's the market for you. It's impossible to pick. And if you let one of those profits slip through your fingers, you might have nothing, because it can reverse very quickly. Anyway, I've got other things to think about at the moment. That's basically I'm down another cool 1,000 to get my my flat painted tomorrow and the day after. All the walls this time. The ceiling looks good. Had to get a touch up in the lounge. I don't know what happened there, but it looked very streaky on one bit. The other rooms look fine, but just the lounge. And the lounge is where the most work is required for the painting of the walls. So I'm going to have two guys there, Adam and his friend, are both going to do this job. And he painted a ceiling, I don't know, how'd you call it? It's just a little flat bit just before the kitchen, piece of wood. It looked pretty tired, and he painted it up, and it came up really well. Slightly different colour, a sort of a coffee colour, and it was a nice contrast to the whites. So I'm thinking I'd like him to do that with the windowsills in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the two bedrooms. So there's 3 others to do, and he may even paint the door that colour, because the door looks ratty as well. I'm just thinking first impressions are not good at my place. It needs tarting up, and you know, a good paint job will really help sell it. It'll be interesting to see what the design people have in mind when they do the staging next Monday. The first one wanted to charge me $1.5 grand, and Darcy's very enthusiastic about her work, but he got an alternate quote for me, which is about $960, and they're doing another job for him at the moment on an apartment. I'm not quite sure why he was insisting on the other one. Personally, it's a flat. I think you can go overboard with something like that, personally. Well, anyway, we'll see. I'm happy to have a bit of work done with staging, putting new furniture in, furnishings, whatever, to make it look a little more vibrant. I think that's good. The other way to do that is through a new paint job. And when Adam quoted me such a low figure to get the walls done, he didn't have to twist my arm very hard. It just makes common sense that you freshen up the whole place. And that's a lot of his work, he says, is basically painting up places for sale. It seems to be something he gets a lot. So, just see. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to spending money now. It cost me $1 grand to put the new oven in, but it looks good. It really does look good. It works well. It looks modern. And, you know, if I was buying a place, I'd be impressed by stuff like that. I like having LED lights. I think they're really good too. So I've done a bit of, I must have spent over $5 grand on that property. So I'm hoping that it'll help get a quick sale. The market's doing okay at the moment, so all the indicators are it should go okay. And I'm really happy that Lynette did finally decide to go through with her sale, because at one stage she really sounded like she was going to basically take her mother's option and buy a place in Newcastle. But Newcastle's expensive as well. You have to go out in the sticks like here to really get value. So she said if she had done that, she probably would have regretted it for the rest of her life, because she really likes Cairns. But her mother's really worried about losing her closest relative, you know, her daughter. And I can understand. That's a very difficult situation. The older you get, the more conservative you get. You don't like change. I think change will be forced upon her, and she may find it works out well for her, because Cairns is a pretty friendly place. So I think it could go well. But the main thing is that Lynette's coming up here, so it's nice because we get on well. And since my friend left for Brisbane, I really haven't anybody to knock about with. So it's nice to know someone you can go out and have a bite to eat with, and a few drinks, and have a few laughs. It's essential. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. But I'm also really looking forward to having a house. I told friends from Melbourne who rang me yesterday. Actually, it's nice, and they wished me a happy birthday. It wasn't that day, but it's coming up soon. I'm one of those tragic Pisceans. You know, they were very enthused when I told them I was going to buy a house near the beach with 3 bedrooms, because they want to come up in June. You can imagine you want to leave Melbourne around June. One of them was talking about going back to the UK, but I don't think it will be feasible until at least late October, and he tended to agree. So it'd be nice if they came up, and it is a great part of the world. I think they'd really enjoy it. And yeah, that'll be nice. So it's all coming together now. You know, it's a very noisy place in Parramatta Park. It's okay for younger, I guess, but like a grumpy old bastard like me, just too noisy. Yeah, whether it's commercial noise, neighbours, creche, whatever, I've had it. I just want somewhere nice and quiet, a little bit of space between me and the neighbours, and somewhere maybe do a little bit of gardening too. I sort of like gardening, but it's been frustrating here because I don't get enough sunshine on the balcony. It's a nice balcony, but it's in shade most of the time. I probably should have bought ferns. might have been a smart move, but you want flowering plants, or you want things like tomatoes, for instance, which are flowering plants. It's pretty difficult without enough sun. So that's been frustrating. But look, I think it won't take me too long, hopefully, to find a place. There are a number of places on the market at the moment near the beach, in Renkawara Beach, and they've been sitting on the listings for about a month or so. Things aren't moving terribly fast there, so it may be that the owners need to adjust the expectations for prices. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's the case, because I'm going to be trying to bargain them down. But seeing now I have access to a bank loan as well. Not a big one, tiny by today's comparison, just gives me a bit more wiggle room. It appears as if that's going to go through. I haven't got the official word yet, but everything's going okay right now, and it's provided the documentation. They seem happy, so that's good. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment, or whatever. And either do that, or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.